You're saying that we were more advanced before then?
We were like this. We just blew ourselves up, but the Earth was intact. But right now, with the nuclear threat, what's going to happen is that we're going to be another Markhab. It's the Earth gravity core is going to explode. And we're not going to be able to service, the Between Lives area will no longer be able to service Earth. So we're going to have to do a shift to the Between Lives area adjacent to New Arcturus, which is where Ron is. He's there in the event that I can't stop that by trapping Jesus Christ in his current lifetime, then obviously this planet will no longer be serviceable, and then we're all going to be joining Ron on New Arcturus.
Who's Jesus Christ in his current life?
I can't talk about it. I can't even tell you.
Why?
Because I don't want this data given out. It was given to me. It was given to me on the strictest confidence, and it's part of my mission. If you read the Holy Book of Life, my mission is to exteriorize Jesus Christ and put him out of ARC with everyone. And once that occurs, Earth will be okay.
Wait a second. When you say exteriorize it, how do you intend to do that?
Not with R-245, believe me. Nothing that involves any violence. I'm talking about get him out of his body, coax him out of his body, and put him basically in a null sequence where he can no longer get into ARC with anyone else here.
Why can't you tell us who he is?
I can't tell you.
I'm your attorney. I'm here to help you.
I know that, but I can't tell you because I can't have any. My immediate life is not as important as my mission, and when it comes to that, I can't disclose the information.
Is he an American?
I can't discuss it.
Why? There are a lot of Americans. I won't be able to guess if you just
if you told him if you told us where
he's an American.
He is an American.
Yeah.
Is he a Floridian?
I'm not going to discuss
14 million people in Florida.
He's not a
I have
Floridian.
better odds on the lottery.
He's not a Floridian.
He's not a Floridian.
But that's it. That's
west
as far
of the
as
Mississippi.
actually,
there are 12
east.
million people.
Actually, east.
East of the Mississippi.
New York. Huh? He lives in Newark, New Jersey.
No, and I'm not going to discuss it any further.
Okay. All right. All right. What'd you do on the Markhab planet or the Markhab Confederacy?
I collapsed foreign currencies for a living.
You did what?
I collapsed foreign currencies for a living.
How'd you do that?
Very simple. That was my training at that point. That was why, another reason why I was chosen to, well, anyway.
You were chosen to do what?
By the organization to go into becoming a stockbroker.
Yeah.
Because on Markhab, what would happen was, this. There would be a currency that was looking to borrow money from the main lending institution of the planet. The politics were a little different from here. And as soon as this country wanted to borrow money, the lending institution, of which I was their computer operator, would say, fine, you got the loan. You can pick up the loan for your country on such and such a day. At that point, I would start selling their currency short on a commodity exchange. And what would occur is that when you sell a currency short, there are no buyers, there are only sellers. And everyone would be panicked into selling the currency because we were like the World Bank. That's the analogy I can use. And as I sold the currency short, everyone else followed suit and there were no buyers. And eventually, for example, what I would do is I would buy the currency back just before it went bankrupt at the bottom. Follow? And in this way, we collapsed currencies. How we would do it is very simple. When we would promise to give them the loan, we would find some excuse not to loan them the money. Meanwhile, we had already taken our position selling the currency short. When we refused the loan, everyone else would start to sell the currency short. And we virtually collapsed the currency.
Wasn't that wrong?
No.
Why not?
Because that was my job. It was not. That was how politics were on Markhab. In fact, Peter Letteries gave me an award, which is hanging up on my wall right there, for doing that. Did you ever see that award?
No.
And I was in Who's Who in Technology Today for collapsing currencies.
There's an actual publication that you have a copy of?
Yeah, that's a legal document.
Okay.
Peter Letteries gave that to me as a gift.
But you said you were in Who's Who of Technology Today.
Today, as a currency collapser.
Do you have a copy of that?
No, but it's available through the Library of Congress.
Well, Who's Who in Technology Today is a Scientology.
No, it was he did that as a reward for an upstat. He entered me in Who's Who in Technology Today because on the whole track I collapsed currencies.
But Technology Today is a Scientology publication.
No, it isn't.
No.
It is not.
It's a WOG publication?
It's a WOG publication.
So then how would they recognize such a thing which would make any sense to them?
He put me in the magazine, and there's my award.
Have you ever seen it?
I got this award in the mail.
But have you ever seen the magazine?
Not in the magazine. It was a book. Yes, I have. In fact, it's in my North Carolina house.
So you have a copy of it?
Yeah, it's somewhere up there.
Okay.
Okay.
In your whole track experience, did you get involved in any events that were fairly common in the whole track experience of other Scientologists?
Oh, yes.
What were some of those?
Well, polishing the same brick on our Slykus.
What was that?
10,000 lifetimes. Have you heard of that? That
You've
common
mentioned
experience?
it, but
Yeah.
was that fairly common for Scientologists?
I think
discover
so.
that?
I think so, because it was part of our... Where is that... Give me that page for a second. I'll show you.
What's that you're looking at?
Well, I'm particularly referring to a track map which indicates that. Our Slykus is a place where roads were built in space.
Mm-hmm.
And my job was to polish the same brick for 10,000 lifetimes. After the body would die, they would immediately give me another body. They would keep a body in pawn and give me a new body. In fact, here it says tracks of pieces of body held in pawn. This is a relationship of the thetan and the genetic entity in this particular
Is
thing.
our Slykus a place that other Scientologists would be likely to
Yeah,
recognize
except they
the name
spelled
of?
it wrong. Isn't it interesting that on this map, it's, I don't know who wrote this, but they spelled it wrong. They spell it A-R-S-C-L-Y-C-U-S. The correct spelling is A-R-S-L-Y-C-H-U-S.